All right, welcome back to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're jumping into the two giants of real estate apps. You got the one with, what, 259 million users.
The big one. And then the other more specialized app with around 70 million.
Exactly. And they both make the same promise, right? We'll help you find your dream home. But we dug into 3 days of data, a ton of user complaints.
Yeah, we did.
To figure out which one is actually faster and more accurate.
And you have to, because at first glance, you'd think they're the same thing. I mean, they're both pulling from the same MLS databases. They both give you those home value estimates.
Right.
So just to make this easy, let's give them nicknames. We'll call the giant one the portal app.
A portal app. Okay, I like it. And the smaller one?
Let's call that one the brokerage app.
Perfect. So let's get right into the biggest difference we found, and that's speed. Why is the brokerage app so much faster?
Yeah, it all boils down to how they're actually built. Their business models. Well, the brokerage app, it's often directly tied into the listings with an automated feed, so it's refreshing every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes, that's almost real time.
It basically is.
Yeah.
But the portal app, it's more of an aggregator. It has to wait for agents to go in and manually update the listing status.
And that creates a lag. In today's market, where a house can be sold in hours, that delays everything.
It's market defining.
Our data even showed that something like 70% of the brokerage app's listings show up within 5 minutes of hitting the MLS. That's a huge competitive edge if you're a serious buyer.
It absolutely is. So that's speed, but then there's accuracy.
Right, the valuations. This is where it got really interesting.
It did. So we looked at their estimates for homes that are actively on the market.
Currently for sale.
Exactly. And the error rates were almost identical. We're talking 1.98% versus 1.94%.
So a 0.04% difference. That's nothing. They're neck and neck.
It's negligible. But the second a home goes off market,
That's where things fall apart.
that's where the models just completely diverge. For those off-market homes, the valuation gap explodes to 32%.
32%. Wow. That just shows a massive difference in how their algorithms work when they don't have a current price to go on.
A huge difference.
Okay, let's talk scale. The portal app, with triple the traffic, covers 116 million homes versus 92 million. Doesn't mean more options.
You would think so. But we found a pretty serious catch in that bigger database.
Which was?
Users were constantly reporting that the number included tons of outdated listings. And even worse, we saw reports of fake rental listings that turned into some pretty expensive scams.
Yikes. So quantity does not equal quality here.
Not at all. And then there were the technical bugs on both sides.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah.
What was the issue with the brokerage app?
So it has this financial viability feature, but once you enter your info, like your down payment, it's locked permanently. You can't delete it or adjust it.
That sounds awful. You're just stuck with inaccurate data.
It's a huge time sink. You basically have to start over.
And what about the portal app? What was its biggest annoyance?
It couldn't remember search filters, and it would just keep sending you recommendations even after you turn notifications off.
Annoying, for sure, but maybe not as critical as trapping your financial info.
True, but it definitely kills the user experience.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. What's the final takeaway? If you're getting ready to jump into a really competitive market, which app should you have on your phone?
Look, if you're a serious active buyer and speed is everything to you,
Which it should be.
exactly, then the brokerage app is your winner, hands down. You're not chasing ghost listings that are already sold.
But if you're more of a casual browser, just window shopping,
Then the portal app, with its 116 million homes, is probably the better scrolling companion, as long as you know you might need to verify some of that info yourself.
so it really comes down to your intent.
Intent and urgency,
Yeah.
yep.
That brings us to our final thought for you to consider. Given that the valuation accuracy for on-market homes is virtually identical, that tiny 0.04% difference, should buyers really focus almost entirely on the speed of listing updates instead of that initial price estimate when deciding which tool is actually key to winning in the market?
Something to ponder on your next scroll.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.